Hey, it's Mikey. We are kite surfing in Jupiter, Florida once again, and it was a kind of a surfy, weird kind of day. The winds weren't too crazy. I was on the 14-meter Switchblade and a quick launch in the beach here, and I was pretty much getting worked in the waves. So it's kind of a short session. Crashed my kite quite a few times in the surf. That was no fun. And I'm on the 510 secret weapon board, Cabrina, and yeah, it worked really good. Just having a hard time getting through the surf. But the more I practice, the better I get. So it was a great session overall. So I'm just trying to work through just the shore break was tricky. Trying to get to a spot where I can kind of spin the board around and watch the waves coming so I don't get mangled. And that worked out for a minute or less. So quickly up and back the kite, and then right here I can work by that wave and crash the kite right in the surf zone. Not a good thing. But I was able to quickly get the kite launch back up and yeah, didn't get mangled too bad, and then had to body right back towards the board. And it was in the pretty shallow here, so I was able to kind of body and walk a little bit. So it was kind of side on, or side on, yeah, side on shore. Come from the south. Water was warm. It was nice. Once again, just getting worked by the little short break here. And it wasn't that big, but it just relentless. And this board doesn't like to go up and over very well. I'm grabbing the nose and it just wants to nosedive for some reason. It's a pretty flat board, so it might just torpedo on itself. But great for planing for sure. So just trying to hold the nose of the board and get through the waves. Loving the forward whip goggles. They definitely help keep the water out of your eyes and, you know, just in these splash moments. But see another wave come, grab the board, so I don't lose it. And when you're going strapless with no leash, it gets a little tricky. You definitely don't want to be tied to a leash in waves, that's for sure. At least I don't want to be. So we'll try this again. Quickly jump on the board, dive the kite, and here we go. The wind's a little light here, so and I think I was trying to cut up wind just a little bit too hard. Trying to get a little bit of speed. I can't get too much speed because I got to cut through some of those waves. And, you can't take that much impact. So just kind of wiggle around, trying to find the right wave. Then you're heading downwind a lot, so you're losing ground at the same time. As soon as I can cut up wind, I start cutting. There's always just a little wave here or there. So tell me your struggles in the waves. I know this is, you know, I've had a few sessions now in the waves, and it's I'm learning a little better. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Smash that like button if you like the videos. And I was able to make a nice little overhead transition. And back the other way, but I can see I'm losing a lot of ground here. So the winds were up and down, so I'm all the way turned down on the 14, and then I'm not. So yeah, it kind of is what it is. And I was able to catch a few waves today too, actually. So I didn't ride them very long, but it was just it's fun just to get in the waves and not get totally beat up. And trying to stay ahead of some of the waves. And cut through the white water. Back to the shore here. You can see those kites off to the left-hand side there. They're pretty far off the beach. That's where I'm supposed to be. Just didn't quite work out that way. Cut my losses and do the walk of shame here. Go off for another run. Little kite cap perspective. You can see these waves are just relentless. They just keep coming and coming and coming. But it's better to kind of get up on the board and go. Keep making it. I'm just not that fast. I think I see a lull, and nope, it's like get through that wave and alright, here we go. Alright, I think I can do it. Jump on the board and dive the kite. We're just trying to wiggle around some of these waves and you start losing a lot of ground. And you don't know which one's going to be the big one right behind one or the other. Try to hit at the right angle so you don't take your knees into the chin. But I was having a lot of fun. Even with the walks of shame, for sure. It was still a ton of fun. So once again, we're in Jupiter, Florida, Kite Beach, and having a great time. The water was nice and warm. It was just in shorts and kind of a rash guard. So for sure, if you got any tips or tricks trying to get out through the waves, let me know. And how to, what's the best way to, if you get in trouble in the waves, for your kite survival. Flag out, don't flag out, try to launch it. I have no clue. So make the transition there, which was awesome. The waves are already lining up over here, so it's like, holy cow, I'm not out that far. Couldn't see in the pocket of that one, so. Oh, I made it through the wet water. Keep trying to find a little wave here and there. There's one. And it's getting shallow, so I'm going to bounce off the board. Don't want to rip any fins off. It's off for the last run here. Launched again with the board got launched, so I have to go back and rescue it and then deal with the waves again. It looks like my deck pad's kind of coming up a little bit after we glued that. again. And sure enough, I can see all the kites back there, way down the beach again. And I'm right at the edge of the surf zone. So I think I'm just gonna cut my losses and try to squeak back as far upwind as I can before I take that little walk of shame back up the beach again. Sometimes you have those days, and sometimes they're great, but it's all good. Here comes this waves. We're coming right at the edge of the surf zone here. So it's Mikey Mike. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button and like the video. Leave some comments. All right, man. Having some fun right here in Jupiter, Florida. Squeaking back into the beach. So this is down by lifeguard 56, I believe, or the stair 56. Or 57. I think this is 57. I think I started at 56. So there goes the board back to the shore. And it actually takes off on me, so I have to walk down the beach even further. And head my way back. Alright, man. Have a great time, man. Alright, peace.